Hi and welcome back. Today is a Sunday. I'm in office. There is nobody at work, and I was getting bored at home, so I thought I would come to office and work from here. By the way, I got a question from certain students, which I believe is one of the most important questions and kind of tricky as well. So I thought I'd make a video, and this could be potentially an answer, probably an assistance for many students who are willing to go to study in France. Now, the first thing that you need to study in France is obviously an offer letter, and then you would follow the registration process, and then you would register yourself, pay the tuition fees, and blah blah blah. But regarding the other documents which are of utmost importance in your student visa would be two or three documents which are not really mentioned in the checklist on the website of embassy, because if you go on the website, you would have a checklist which would talk about the basic documents like your offer letter, your accommodation letter, your finances, so these kind of documents. But there are certain other documents which might be needed. In fact, they are needed for your visa process, for your renewal process of visa when you go abroad, especially in France at French schools, and your CAF process. So the CAF process is basically the housing subsidy which is provided by French government to all the international students, including from India. So two documents are of utmost importance here. One is, and this is not related to the checklist, of course, you have to produce the documents which are in the checklist. So number one is birth certificate. Many of us do not have a birth certificate because in India, what happens is, especially people born before 90s or 2000s, they have their mark sheets which are accepted. Even if you go for a passport application today, they accept a mark sheet of class 10th as a birth certificate replacement. But when you go abroad, that doesn't work. So you need a birth certificate. So for those who have a birth certificate, it's wonderful. If you do not have a birth certificate, go to the concerned offices in your district and get a birth certificate. So that is very, very important. How do you get a birth certificate? Of course, you have to visit the municipal corporation, probably the hospital, and speak to them. There is a different process for that. There would be many agents who can help you with this process as well. But if you can go directly with your parents or family, I think you can save some money there. So number one is birth certificate. Number two question related to birth certificate is whether it should be in English. First of all, it can be in any language, could be in Hindi, could be in Tamil, could be in Malayalam, but you need a French equivalent of that because you're going to study in France. So if your birth certificate is in any language, do not be afraid of it, because if you have a birth certificate which is in Malayalam or English or Hindi, just go to Alliance Francaise and get it translated, right? So you have to get it translated. Now, the thing is, you also have to get it apostilled. Now these are two different things. Apostilled is usually done by, it's an official stamp by Ministry of External Affairs that validates your document. So that is done by Ministry of External Affairs. You can go there, you can talk to them, you can follow the process. It takes a lot of time, sometimes up to 3 weeks, but the standard time is around a week. It would definitely cost you some money. Or the second way of doing it is going with VFS. So the document most important here is the birth certificate. You have to do two things with your birth certificate. Number one, apostillation. Number two, translation. There is no correlation in that. I mean, of course, you can do either first, but you have to do a translation with Alliance Francaise. Most of the students do not face any issues when they go abroad, but some of the students had said last year, probably last year, that Alliance Francaise translation is not really accepted at certain places, certain prefectures in France. So you have to, do it from elsewhere. But as of now, we do not have any official confirmation from Campus France or Alliance Francaise in India. So I recommend you to go with Alliance Francaise because it is one of the I wouldn't say one of the, it is the official place to do the translation for English or any other document. So go with the translation and apostillation. Usually what happens is apostillation is done after the translation. So you have to get it translated and then get apostilled. But what you can do is simply call Alliance Francaise in your nearby region. If you're living in Chennai, call AF Chennai. If you're living in Delhi, call AF Alliance Francaise Delhi or Gurgaon and ask them, should I get it translated first or apostilled first? If they say it has to be translated, go to them, get it translated, then get it apostilled. Where do you get it apostilled? I already told you, you have to go to Ministry of External Affairs and a lot of other places in your district magistrate's office as well. But the easy way would be to go to VFS. What is VFS? VFS is the Visa Application Center. They have offices in different cities, so just go there, tell them that I want. Sometimes they actually come to your place and they do the apostillation. There are many apostillation agents as well. You can search on internet, but I would suggest the most trusted ones. So the most trusted agency for translation would be AF, Alliance Francaise, and the most trusted agency or kind of company for apostillation would be VFS. So this is what you need: a birth certificate, a translation copy of it, and apostillation. Translation done by translation done by AF, and apostillation done by VFS. Both of the organizations have multiple offices in India, so you can simply courier them, talk to them, email them, visit them, right? Is there any other document which is required in apostillation condition or translated condition? The answer is simply no. If somebody says that your mark sheets, your degree is required in French apostille, no, it's not true. Schools do not need it. Visa office, VFS and embassy in India and consulates in India do not need it. CAF offices or prefectures in France do not need it, right? So don't do it. Of course, if you have a driving license and you want to drive in France, maybe you get it translated, it would be good for you. But officially, there is no other document needed for your admissions, your visa, and your registration apart from your birth certificate. All right, I hope this was clear. Share it with more of your friends who might be interested in studying in France. And this is very, very important. This is not important at the time of visa, but this is definitely important at the time of your registration in France for CAF process. If you do not have a birth certificate, you might not get housing subsidy, and you would definitely face problems in visa renewal next year, because France offers 2 years of stay back to all Indian students who study at accredited schools in France. So thank you so much once again. Share it with more people. Watch more videos if you are interested in knowing about RNCP accreditations, stay back, work permits, and how to prepare your application for some of the finest French schools globally. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And once again, have a very great weekend. Take care of yourself, and God bless you.